At least these types ride their bikes to their deaths, so they don't get to bother people long. Aw, that was so sweet of you to say. Thank you. Coming at you live from Skeleton City. Q&A time. Let's get started. I have those thoughts about my 600-pound life and high-carb, low-fat all the time. They could eat candy, rice with sauce, pretty sure starch wouldn't be hindering weight loss at 800 pounds, canned fruit and syrup. Exactly, at 800 pounds, they could probably be exclusively in tier 3 and still be eating starch and some small protein and fat, and they'd still lose a ton of weight. But we know they'll never show something like that on national TV or mainstream media. I'll be 40 this summer and will be doing a lot of wakeboarding. Would prefer to be in Skeleton City for that. These old bones cannot afford to hit that water weighing too much. Same with skateboarding. Any extra weight, whether that be fat or muscle, is not going to make you a better skateboarder. Or when you hit the concrete or waves while wakeboarding, extra weight is not going to help you there at all. Is it normal to urinate 3 to 4 times at night on this diet? You're eating so much more water-rich foods that you're just naturally going to be more hydrated. So 3 to 4 times, that's normal. I usually pee 1 or 2 times a night. Bruce Lee was 5'8", 135, and he looked awesome. Have you considered adding in more body weight exercises to be shredded and jacked? Currently, my goals are running, cycling, skateboarding, so I really don't have any interest in putting more muscle on yet, but maybe in the future I'll go for that Bruce Lee physique. Whatever y'all do not do a sugar bomb with fat and protein. Almost passed out. Sugar alone equals keystone. Good advice for sure. I would not mix tons of fat and protein with sugar. Recipe for disaster. If you get sick, such as a cold, will you treat it with foods you currently eat, or do you crave chicken soup like I do? Well, honestly, fruits and vegetables are some of the most healing foods there are, so I'm not even just saying this, I swear. I don't get sick. I haven't been sick in a very, very long time, but if I ever do, then I just really hone into tier 1, lots of water, and it's kind of like what they always say, bananas, toast, applesauce, rice, like that's kind of been the go-to when you get sick. So yeah, if I were you and I was sick, I would just stick to those foods. Haven't seen people mention pasta. Good or no? Pasta lives in tier 2 with the rest of the starches. Good, not bad, but if you want the fastest weight loss results, I would stick to tier 1, cut the starch, and leave that for when you get a little leaner. For all the haters, this is the same physique that Christian authors have portrayed Jesus with since medieval times. I agree for sure. Jesus was 100% eaten from the skeleton pyramid. You hack the system on how to lose fat. Any hack on how to gain muscle? Well, I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert in muscle building, but I would check out Mark Bell and his community. They're all on the sugar diet, but into building muscle, so see what they're doing. I think it's mainly just keeping it low fat still, but increasing the protein. But regardless, if you have fat to lose, just focus on losing the fat first and then build the muscle. It's very, very hard for the body to burn fat and build muscle at the same time. I appreciate you being such a good example of brains, looks, coolness, and success with grace, class, compassion, and humility. Plus, you're generous with your time to help others. You're a great example to your family. That's very nice of you to say. Thank you. I think you're going to die early if you don't start eating a bit more protein. There was a fruitarian that recently died in his early 60s of high cholesterol of all things, so do be careful. Yeah, like I've said in other videos, was that fruitarian going on 50, 100-mile bike rides? Did he have a high VO2 max? Did he have any fitness? He was openly said he didn't drink water. He openly admitted that he didn't believe in exercise, so it's not an apples-to-apples comparison. How did you get started on this diet? I'm curious how you found out about it since it wasn't that popular last year and neither Cole nor Mark Bell were into it back then. I actually learned about low-fat eating over 15 years ago. It was actually through a skateboarding website called The Barracks, and they had a fruitarian guy named Chris Kendall on there, and that's how I originally figured out about it. I think you look great. Don't listen to the haters. They're probably obese and jealous. Yes, most of the times they don't have profile pics, so I think I've only been criticized maybe once or twice by somebody who actually looked fit in their profile picture. How many grams of fiber do you typically eat in a day? And could you show a visual of a full day of eats, please? From that one day I tracked on Chronometer, it said 70 grams of fiber. That doesn't really mean much to me. I just eat every day. I just try and eat as many fruits as I can, and I get enough fiber from that and vegetables at night, so I don't really keep track of my fiber. And yes, we're planning on doing more videos of like what we eat in a day and things like that. Do you mind sharing what you eat the minute you get up? And do you eat sugar throughout the day? Juice, fruit? Do you start and stop eating at a certain time? Yeah, I start every morning with a liter of water and then celery juice. I do that every morning. And then throughout the day, fruit, juice, sugar. And I do not stop or start eating at any time. If I'm ever hungry, I eat. If that means it's 3 times a day, 5 times a day, 8 times a day, I'll eat as many times as I want if I'm hungry. I don't subscribe to like a certain window of eating, 2 meals a day, 3 meals a day or anything. I just eat whenever I'm hungry. 25% of your weight loss will be muscle loss, destroying your metabolism. Mark Bell's done videos on this. Sugar is muscle sparing. Are you going to lose some amount of muscle while you're losing weight? Yes, but it's minimal. So 25%. That is false. Is popcorn without any butter or salt okay? Popcorn without any butter or salt would be in tier 2. If you want the fastest weight loss, stay tier 1, but popcorn, still a great weight loss food. Wow, you are such a sweet guy, smart and good looking too. I'm working on getting to your body type. I've lost about 9 pounds so far and have the same amount of weight to lose as you as well. I am a female though. New sub. Thank you for subscribing and keep it up. Keep up the good work. Nice video skills, very professional looking and easy to read. Love your daily Q&A. Thank you, and it's not just me editing. My wife does a lot of help with the editing and the thumbnails and stuff like that too. So I can't take all the credit. Day 1 today. I thought I'd feel hungry all day, but I haven't been hungry at all. Energy has been really great already. I didn't feel like I needed a nap today. Good work so far. Yeah, I mean, you have tons of energy eating this way. I mean, I think if anything, I would complain that I have too much energy and I have to end up finding somewhere to put all that energy. How quick can your body adapt to high sugar amounts? With keto, if I had too many carbs and knocked out of ketosis, it would take me days to get back in. Say you had a moderate fat and protein day, can you immediately go straight back into sugar? Yes, in the initial time, if you came from keto, there could be a window there that you have to get adapted to this. But if you're just, having like a cheat meal here and there, well, next day, just get right back to it and it wouldn't be a problem at all. I love the disclaimer. Live from Skeleton City. We're out here live from Skeleton City. Your channel is blowing up, Skeletor. The news format and Q&A, I'm proud of you. I said I'd start my channel, so here I am. I just started today. Miss Sweet Tang, everybody go check her channel out. I'm going to take this to a biblical perspective. In the beginning, before there was sin and before there was death, God gave Adam and Eve a garden and the fruit and vegetables were their food. Exactly. Adam and Eve weren't drinking butter and eating steaks. They were on fruits and vegetables. How old are you? I am 36. Once this channel really blows up, the old heads will remember Cut the Gut. Yep, the old Cut the Gut. I think Skeleton City is a more fitting and it's a more fun name. At least I think so. Love the channel name change. You are hilarious. Thank you. I try to be. And I wonder a lot of times, like, do people understand that I'm joking? Most of the time, I'm joking. So don't take me too seriously. Were you eating approximately the same amount now and when you lost the weight? Or are you eating more now to maintain? Roughly, how much did you eat when losing the weight? I know you weren't tracking closely, but guesstimates would still be cool. Nice work. Without a doubt, I was eating more when I was heavier, but that's just because the heavier you are, you're just naturally going to eat more food. And at this point, I'm not at maintenance yet. I'm still trying to see if there's like minuscule amounts of body fat left to get rid of. So I'm not eating in maintenance just yet. As a teenager, I was 135 pounds at 6'4", so I get Skeleton City. For people worried about putting on muscle, it's not a problem. Just up the lean protein and calorie count, do weight training. At 22, I was 205, 14% body fat. That was many moons ago. I'm now 73 and weighed in at 206 this morning. Few ups and downs over the years, but with discipline and consistency, one can stay naturally fit on this basic diet. Carbs, lean protein, low fat. Not complicated. Exactly, and that's tier 3. Carbs, lean protein, and low fat. I mean, it's really not that crazy of a diet. The tier 1 part is what everybody freaks out about, but that's just temporary until you get down to your goal weight. And then the maintenance zone is really not that crazy sounding of a diet at all. Your results and attitude are inspiring. After binging Cole's videos about the sugar diet, it's nice to see a different perspective. I'm tired of being in Stall City. Realistically, how many pounds could I drop in 2 months? I'm basically at your starting weight and height. Thanks for the content. Looking forward to getting crackhead ripped. I always just aim to lose 1% of my body weight per week. And then if I lost anything extra, I just looked at that as like a bonus. I wouldn't get caught up on the whole 1 pound a day, lose 1 pound a day. 1 pound a day, that is a lot of weight loss. If you're like 500 plus pounds, then I could see 1 pound a day. But for you, you're saying you're the same height and weight, so 195. I wouldn't be worried about 1 pound a day. Just shoot for 1% of your body weight per week and go from there. Too lean, broski. Not sexy for chicks, I imagine. Time to increase protein and add some muscle. Great work slimming down. Well, luckily for me, I'm already married, so I'm not in the market. And to be honest, if a woman didn't see me for who I am, not just what my body looks like, I wouldn't even be interested in that type of woman anyways, so it wouldn't matter. It's awesome seeing your channel growing. This thing is blowing up. I can't keep up with all the new videos people doing this are dropping. It's crazy how many new channels popping up every day, but that's good for the movement because it's just more content for newcomers that have just learned about this. That's just more ways for them to learn about it all. You look like you're starving. Very bad. Get some beef, butter, fish, and organ meats. What I always say, my trifecta of health is low body fat, high VO2 max, and no drugs, no caffeine, no stimulants. So if you can prove to me that beef, butter, organ meats, and all the other stuff you're saying, if you can prove to me that I will have all three of those things, my trifecta of health, if I can have that from whatever you're saying to eat, if you can prove to me that that's possible, then I'll go on your diet. But from all the research and all the anecdotes I've seen over the years, I've yet to see somebody that can accomplish all three of those things at once on a diet like that. Were the long bike rides a thing before the diet? Did you start them along with the diet, or were they a result of the increased energy? Just wondering, as you Endurian rider do a lot of cardio. Love these vids, keep it up. No, the long rides were actually before the diet. I was riding up to 18 hours a week when I was at my heaviest, and I was still gaining weight each month. So basically, it's the typical, you can't out-train a bad diet. Curious to your bike training. Actually, I'm barely even riding anymore. Once I started this channel, like pretty much all my focus has been on this. So I'll put up my training for the week, but it's honestly pathetic now. So actually my watch has been telling me my VO2 max has been going down because I'm not training as much, but I'm also not gaining weight from doing less training. So some people are like, he's only skinny because he rides his bike all the time. Like I'm barely even riding at this point. It honestly needs a better name. This screams diabetes to me. If you take all the fat out of your diet, you can't have diabetes. I think you look amazing, extremely low body fat, and for the people that think you lose muscle, I don't think so. For one, you have a smaller bone structure already, and you're into endurance sports, not bodybuilding. Your channel is very informative. Keep up the great work. Yeah, that's the thing too. I was a skateboarder all my life. I literally have not touched weights since the 6th grade, probably. I haven't lifted one weight. I've never been into strength training or bodybuilding or muscle, whatever. I was a skateboarder, and now I'm a cyclist and runner. So people thinking, you lost all this muscle. Like, literally, what muscle? The muscle that I got from lifting some groceries every once in a while. Like, I was never into lifting weights. So yeah, most men, because when men go to the gym, like, I think they mainly just spend time lifting weights and not doing cardio. So most men, if they got to Skeleton City like me, they would have a lot more muscle because there actually is muscle there. For me though, there was never much muscle to begin with. Hot off the press, guys. Get your officially licensed Cole Robinson Snake Diet t-shirts now. Hey, fatty on the front. Anthony, plants are trying to kill ya. Chafee on the back.
Plants are trying to kill ya!
Let the world know that you're not part of the fat acceptance movement and you take a stand against dad bods around the world. Get yours now at skeletondiet.com. While you're there, consider picking up a Live from Skeleton City shirt or hat as well. Thanks for the support and back to the show. Is this the lowest BMI you've had in your life, or were you really skinny as a child? Just wondering if I should expect the same results as you, and I'm sure genetics do still play some role. Thank you so much, your channel is so inspiring. I was right around 130 to 135 pounds in high school, so I used to be very skinny back then too. Back then I wasn't into running or cycling, I just skateboarded all day, which skateboarding, yeah, there is some cardio involved in that, but it's not like endurance sports like cycling. I probably didn't have much muscle glycogen or hydration, so even though I was the same weight as a kid, I'm way healthier now and probably actually have like a little bit less body fat than I did when I was a teenager. I'm probably going for 170 pounds as an end goal. I am the same height as you. Yep, exactly. Everybody's version of Skeleton City is different. If 170 pounds is the leanest you want to get, well then you reach Skeleton City for you. I never recommended anybody go like dungeon Skeleton City status like I am. You know, stop 10, 20, 30 pounds before I did and you'll still be very healthy and you'll look great. Can I do this if I have fatty liver? Yes, this is exactly what you should be doing to get rid of your fatty liver. Has your weight finally bottomed out? I haven't seen this yet. All the vegan doctors say when you go whole food plant-based that your body will find its natural weight and stop losing if you're getting enough calories. Do you think you have found that? Honestly, I'm not sure. That's kind of what I'm experimenting with. I might not be able to get under 130 pounds, so that's why every day I'm just monitoring how I feel and my performance on the bike. This could be bottom tier for me. I'm not sure yet. Do you drink the juice in one big go? When I drink a lot of juice at once, I get stomach discomfort, but I definitely feel feel that beautiful energy once it subsides. No, I don't drink it in one go. I take my time. So if I'm having like a big glass of juice or whatever, I'll drink that over, a few minutes or whatever. I don't just chug it down. Popeye told us to eat our spinach to get big and strong. Eat your veggies and sugar, folks. Exactly. Listen to Popeye the Sailor Man. He knew what he was talking about. I really think your weight loss is the fact that you do not eat protein or fat. It's not because of sugar. Rather promote a vegan lifestyle, bro, because that's what you are practicing. Well, yes, you are right, but sugar is the only food that has no fat and no protein at all. So yeah, you are right. And this isn't for long term. You don't eat in tier 1 forever. Once you hit Skeleton City, then you go tier 3 and you add in a little bit more fat and protein. Channel name checks out. I thought so too. That's why I changed it to Skeleton City. For everyone being so concerned with muscle loss, remember that strength training is the most important stimulus for muscle protein synthesis. This man did no strength training. He does cycling and running, which requires very little recruitment of fast twitch fibers, which are the ones that grow larger with training. I've been on the diet for 4 weeks while strength training 4 times per week. I've lost 15 pounds and my strength has been increasing the entire time. In other words, I'm stronger now than I was 4 weeks ago when I ate a mixed diet and plenty of protein. I've had an average of 10 to 15 grams of protein per day from fruit since starting the diet. If I was losing lots of muscle, my lifts would not be increasing in both reps and absolute strength numbers. Okay, exactly. This is a logical and reasonable person. I did no strength training. Since the 6th grade, I have not touched a weight 1 time. Everybody that's wondering about muscle, listen to this guy. He's been on the diet for 4 weeks and he's increasing his strength. So don't worry about losing muscle on this diet and go talk to this guy. He's the proof that that's not the case. So you're planning to stay at this weight? I'm planning on staying at whatever weight I have enough energy to accomplish my daily tasks. And if that daily task is a 50 or 100 mile bike ride, or if it's just sitting on the couch writing comments back to you guys all day, whatever weight that is that I can accomplish my physical endeavors, then that's the weight I'm planning on staying at. Awesome video as always. One question: why would starch slow down or even stall the fat loss? If I'm eating white rice and potatoes, which are pretty much close to 0 grams of fat per 100 gram, and they turn to sugar in the body, wouldn't it be the same as in fruit, table sugar, and juice? They are all carbohydrates, super low in fat. Just wondering. Thank you so much. Potatoes and rice are glucose, so I don't know the science behind it all, but basically glucose gets processed by the liver differently, so that could be a reason on why the weight loss is slower on starch. But ultimately, in the end, if you're losing weight in tier 2 eating starch and you're happy with your weight loss, then I would just keep doing what you're doing. Lost 20 kilograms since February. I'm on my way to Skeleton City, y'all. Good work, and I'll see you when you get here. Hey, thanks for the videos. Would you say calories in and out is still true in principle, even though we can't really accurately measure it? Again, I don't get caught up in all the science behind it, but would I say calories are still part of the equation? I would. But again, you're not counting your calories in that way like normal people do. You just eat to have good energy and have the scale dropping, and whatever amount of calories that is, like, it'll work itself out. I just think that when you eat this way, you actually get to eat more calories than if you were to just have, calories in, calories out, eating at McDonald's or whatever. So yes, it still is calories, but also if you don't eat enough calories, then that can hinder your weight loss as well. Don't worry about the calories, just eat to have good energy and have the scale dropping. People seem to have lost all common sense. You can lose weight eating anything. Does that mean it's healthy? Diets are for sheeple looking for the easy way out because they lack the discipline it takes to be on a deficit. The brain is made from 75% cholesterol. It needs fats and meat to develop and maintain. Low cholesterol leads to dementia and cancer. Eating single ingredient whole foods the way God intended and the way it's been done for thousands of years. I agree, and that's primarily what we're eating is fruits, juice, sugar, vegetables. Those are all whole foods that God intended. And yeah, just because you can lose weight eating Twinkies, but will I feel the same losing weight eating Twinkies as I do on this? Will I be able to ride the same, run the same, have good moods day in and day out? Yes, you can lose weight eating anything if you're in a calorie deficit, but you're not going to feel the same way, and that's the point we're trying to make here. Great tips on teeth care. Here's one more. After each meal, after a little water, chew some xylitol gum for 2 to 5 minutes, but no longer than that. Yeah, good tip. After I'm done eating anything, I swish water, and I do chew xylitol gum as well. I chew it longer than 5 minutes, so I don't know what the science behind that is. But yeah, chewing gum, it stimulates saliva production, and the xylitol has been shown to prevent tooth decay and plaque, etc. You should try carnivore diet. Eat only ruminant meat, more fats and protein, and small amounts of organs like heart. Again, if you can prove that I'll have low body fat, high VO2 max, and not be on any caffeine, then sure, I'll eat that. Can you show us some pictures of how you look with clothes on or fully dressed so people can see how good you really look? If I remember, I will put a picture of me wearing clothes. If you're walking at the park and you spot me fully dressed, you wouldn't think twice about it. Other than I don't wear nice clothes, I probably look like a homeless bum. But yeah, you wouldn't think that I look like a A-word or anything like that. Oh my goodness, my comment was on this video. Thank you for making my day. Thank you for leaving the comment. I couldn't make these videos if you guys didn't leave them, so appreciate it. Do you take additional electrolytes, potassium, magnesium? If so, how much? I just take a little bit of Gatorade powder when I'm exercising, and then every night I have like a salty dinner, and I'm getting my electrolytes through there. Other than that, I don't track it or anything. So I can't say exactly how much I'm taking. I commend you on taking action and getting the fat off. That is awesome. I do think you have gotten to the point now where maybe focusing on adding some muscle while staying lean might be an option. I know everyone has different goals, but I doubt that there are many people that are any leaner than you. Just hoping you are careful and you aren't going too far. God bless. I appreciate the concern, and yes, I'm being very, very careful. I'm sort of just treating this like a science experiment. Like, how light can I actually get while still being healthy? There's nothing to be concerned of. You're not going to turn the news on one day and see me dead on there. I've developed a 2-pack-a-day Haribo habit. Should I be worried? If you have good energy and the scale's dropping, no, you shouldn't. I could understand morbidly obese to skinny fat transformation, but skinny fat to morbidly skinny? I don't know about that. I don't know about my before picture being skinny fat. I'm pretty sure that's just fat what I was. This is undernourishment. You are losing also muscles. Very unhealthy. You want to lose weight? Do it the right way on a keto or carnivore diet so you nourish your body properly and keep your muscles and bone density. Again, if you've accomplished my trifecta of health, let me know. Of course, you don't have a picture of yourself, but you show me you got the trifecta and I'll eat like you do. As someone who has/had stomach issues, seeing my poop come out completely green like the Hulk was a little terrifying at first. The only time I experience green poop is if I eat Fruit Loops, so I'm not sure what the green poop's about, but yeah, you'll have to let me know what you were eating. I weigh 103 kilograms. I can do a 50-mile bike ride. I certainly got 10 to 20 kilograms too much fat, but by no means do I look like you're before either. 180 kilograms by 11 was my deadlift yesterday. I got flaws. So do you. On the weekend, I did 36-kilometer bike ride one day, 17 the next. I don't know why you're being so aggressive towards me. That's great. It sounds like you're accomplishing your goals. Like you're doing your deadlifts and you're riding your bike. However, I do want to say though, 50-mile bike ride, that's cool, but what kind of 50-mile bike ride are we talking about? I mean, how much power were you putting out? Are you holding a 21 mile an hour average like I am? Or are you putting along at like 14, 15 miles an hour? So it does make a difference. However, it doesn't really matter. If your goal is to do a 50-mile ride at 14 miles per hour and do your deadlifts, well, then that's all that really matters. Don't worry about what I say, 21 mile an hour. Like, who cares what I say? You know, as long as you're happy and you're healthy, then, you know, do what you want to do. In order to preserve muscle definition and strength while going down in weight, would you recommend continuing to lift some light weights, think Pilates, weighted yoga, and calisthenics? Do you think stimulating muscles while on this diet will trigger more cravings for protein-rich foods? Have you personally experienced that? I have not personally experienced that, and I did do calisthenics all the way from 195 to 130. Yeah, I think that's a very good idea to preserve muscle. If you have a ton of weight, I don't think you should be doing crazy strength training because, like I said earlier, it's very hard for the body to burn fat and build muscle at the same time. But as far as, you know, doing Pilates and calisthenics, I think that's a great idea. Do you have to run around in the shower? I mean, generally, no. What about people who can't/don't exercise? Any changes to this diet? Or will we still lose weight on a sugar-only diet? I would say 90% or more of the people that are doing this are sedentary. So no, you do not have to do exercise to lose weight eating this way. However, having a strong cardiovascular system and having a high VO2 max is a very healthy thing. VO2 max is one of the biggest predictors of life expectancy. So I recommend that you do exercise, but it's not required to lose weight. Any concerns concerns with low calcium intake on a diet like this. Also, I was thinking of doing a diet like this with fruit/sugar, but have a few egg yolks and skim milk for dinner. No, I don't have any concerns with calcium, but basically what you're saying is do like tier 1 all the way to dinner and then have like a tier 3 with some eggs and milk for your calcium. So, try that. And if you got good energy and the scale's dropping eating that way, then just do that. Plants are poison. Fruit is starvation. Cue the Cole clip.
Plants are trying to kill ya!
Love this guy, new subscriber. Thank you, and thanks for all the support. I see you in the comments all the time. Thank you. If I have to go out to eat, I just order a soda and sip on that. People don't say much as long as you're drinking a soda because it's not exactly looked at as health food. I already told the story, but I was mini putt golfing with my son and his friends, and we just drank a bunch of soda that day and nobody looked twice our way, so... Starches? You say yes? Will it just slow down weight loss? Or will you stall? Timing? How much is okay? Stick to tier 1 no starch for the fastest weight loss, but you gotta mess around with that yourself. If you can do some starches, maybe at the end of the night, do like a tier 2 dinner, and that works for you and you're losing weight, then go with that. Me personally, if I were to put starches in, I would have them at the end of the night, and I would just try to keep it light on the starches if I was trying to lose a lot of weight, but that you gotta work out what works best for you though. This is a great channel with loads of info. Thank you. Because you have been doing it for so long, you have a lot of great knowledge. It is awesome that you are helping others. Appreciate the support, thank you. Even Durian Rider isn't so emaciated. At least these types ride their bikes to their deaths, so they don't get to bother people long. Aw, that was so sweet of you to say. Thank you. This takes crazy discipline. You look fantastic. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Do you feel like you gained a mental clarity that you didn't have before losing this weight? Honestly, I didn't come from fasting or keto or anything like that, so I didn't have like brain fog, but I mean, I literally write you guys back in the comments for like hours, all day long. Like basically as soon as I wake up and as soon as I go to sleep, I'm writing you guys back or making and filming and editing videos. So I mean, that takes a lot of mental clarity to do all that. So while I can't say that I had bad mental clarity before, I can say I have amazing mental clarity now, if that answers your question. I'm the one who left a negative comment about your looks. I'm the guy who has too much body fat and looks below average. Thanks for mentioning me at the beginning of your video. Well, thanks for the support. I appreciate it. And now I'm mentioning you at the end of the video. So we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Thank you for all the questions. Keep the questions coming. I have tons and tons and tons of them, but I just try and get through as many as I can. So I'll usually answer you guys in text form, but whether or not it makes it in the video is kind of random chance. So thanks for watching, and until next time, my friends, stay bony.